Hey guys, Nigel here from Nigel's Land Rover channel, and this is a revisit. After I did the last video, I had a little play. I've done a little modification and just relieved the diameter in here a bit so that the seal doesn't stick in there, and I've come up with a better way of doing this. Now, if you remember my last video, I showed you about polishing this corner off of the piston, so I've done that on two of them. So I've got two main seals here, I've got two wiper seals, and I've got two of the rings, and I've got my installation tool here. Now, if you remember in the first video, what I said to do was grease it and everything. So basically, well, I don't need them, do I? I've realised that actually the thing to do is not to grease it. The thing to do is to leave it dry. Don't grease it at all, because it goes together and stays together much better when the camera's not on. As you can see here. Right, there we go. So that, nope, still not in there. You see, now I did this with the camera off after I spoke to you guys the other night, and this just went like a dream. And now, because the camera's on, it's decided it doesn't want to play. But however you do this, you'd have to do this bit anyway. So that's going to go in there like that. That's going to go on there, on that nylon ring, like that. And then I can push this through, okay, and that'll just knock onto there. And as you can see, that's gone on there now. We haven't got all this fuss about it trying to pop off and pop out and everything. Okay, so that's on there. Now I can take my brake caliper. Let's do this one here so I can try and show you it while it's on camera. Is that on the screen? Yes, it is. So I'm going to pop that in there. Okay, so I'm holding the caliper. Sorry, I forgot. I need to put some grease around the outside edge, just so that it's not sat in there dry and just waiting to rust. Just going to put some grease around the outside edge, run that around my finger. That's just so that where it's sort of metal to metal or rubber to metal or whatever, it's going to have some grease in there to stop it all just going rusty the first time it sees a bit of damp. So bring the caliper up, and I'm just going to drop that down in there like so, and that's just going to sit like that. Now if I hold the caliper like this, what I can do is take this piston and push this up in like that, okay, and as you can see, I can rock it in. Right, now I can do it horizontal. Let's get these seals out of the way so I don't damage them. I can do it this way, okay, rock it in there, alright, and just push the piston into the bore. Right, now the actual shaft is wound out quite a long way. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of thread exposed here, and that's been done on purpose, because what I can do then is drop that into there and then just hold that and spin the piston up. As you can see, this is what I found is the quickest way of doing it. Now I can hold the shaft, okay, wind that piston up until it stops, then turn the shaft, right, and that's the way to do it. That saves all that fumbling about, and then we can, with our spanner, you can see the tool is just closing up the gap there, and then I can just use the spanner to press it in. And the other thing I've realised is don't go too tight, because what you'll do is squeeze that rubber out, which makes it tighter in the bore. So just go until it stops and then wind it out. Okay? And then what you can do then is keeping the pressure, I'm actually keeping the pressure that way on the piston to stop the piston turning. As you can see, this is, when I did my first attempt, this is going so much better, it's so much quicker. And I'm just winding it in. There we go. And then I should be able to just pull that out with my fingers. If not, I'll just get a rule. I'm not using screwdrivers or anything because I don't want to damage anything. Just gently pull that out like so, and there it is. Okay, and then what we'll do is do the same on the other side. You always have to do opposites before you put the pistons in with this setup, because otherwise you can't push the seal in from the other side if you've got a piston in there. So I'm going to put the seal in. Hopefully this one will go a bit better, so it shows you just how easy it really is without all the grease all over it. There we go. That one's gone in. So we can place that one on that piece of nylon here, like so. Take the aluminium tool, push it down through the rubber. As you can see, no fuss, nothing trying to come off, all just sat on there. Put some grease around it, like so. Smooth that around. Just to help prevent corrosion. Like so, like that. And then we're going to turn the caliper over. Let's get this nylon out of the way. Let's get the spanner out of the way. Turn the caliper over, check we're going opposites now. Okay, so I'm opposite that one. Drop that one in there. Like so. Take the tool, just wind the piston out a bit more. Rock it in there. Now I need to push this, wind this shaft in a bit more until I can get it to go in. Okay, so now I've got it to go in there, and just to bring it into camera so you can see, put that in there. Okay, like so, it enters that bore. Remember, this piston is turned down. Turn the shaft out. Trying to do this so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I can do it from the back. There we go. I'm just going to wind this shaft out. Like so. And then push that piston right up in so it bottoms out, and then wind the shaft out the rest of the way. There we go, pistons in at the bottom, and then once again we can come in with our 17mm spanner. Just go in until it stops, wind off, wind the nut away, and then I'm going to turn the spindle back in. Pull the piston out, until I can make it rock out, and there we go. So now we've got seals in both sides. Lever that out with a rule. Pull that out. So that's that done. Now we can put our seals into the bores. Trying to do this so you can see it, but you can see, I hope you understand why I'm doing this revisited video, because last time it was a bit of a faff, and you can see now how much easier it makes it. This piston seal wants to play silly buggers because the camera's on. It just is twisted in the Right, they're both in now. It took seconds after I turned the camera off. So I'm just going to put some grease on my finger here, run it around the inside of this seal, make sure there's plenty in that groove. Turn it around. Like so. Make sure there's plenty between both those seals, because that area is kind of a dry area. No brake fluid gets in there, and all that might get in there is some water or whatever. So if you keep some grease in there, it'll save, oops, wrong bore. It will save corrosion building up in the future. There we go, just like that, and then turn that round. A little bit more in there. Hope you're watching this, Paul. Hope you're enjoying it. So I'm now going to, I don't know why I'm rubbing my fingers off, I'm now going to put some grease on the piston just to make sure it's got a fighting chance of slipping over. Do the same on this one. Go. Now I can clean my finger, and then I'm going to slot this piston in here. Just rest it on this block so you can see what I'm doing. Rest it on this block so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so we'll put this piston in here, and hopefully I'll be able to get it to go in nice and square, and there we go, and that's in. You can see how much easier taking that corner off makes things. Let's just get that one in there square. Doesn't want to play ball, this one. Maybe if I turn it over it'd be easier. Now you can see absolutely nothing. Right, you don't need to see this, so what I'm going to do is turn the camera off and call it a day there. But basically, once you get these pistons square, they will go in beautifully. There we go, just like that. So that's both of them in now. So that was why I did the revisit, because in the first video, as you know, I did it all unpracticed, so which is the way I like to do things. I like you guys to share my mistakes with me, and but now I've learned that the easiest way to do it, no grease, polish the pistons, and your job's done, really. So there you go, Paul. Hope you enjoy this, and the rest of you. Easy to make little tool, brilliant little thing, and it saves you stripping the calipers. Bye for now.